Things got out of hand while supersizing your business. Now what? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and our idiom today is things got out of hand. This is a great idiom. Definitely I've used this before in my family life, in my personal life, as well as in my work life, in my corporate career, as well as in my online businesses and things, because it's such a catch-all way of saying, and a kind way of saying, hey, something went too far, something went off the rails, something went out of control, something did not work out how we had originally planned. Has anything that you're doing in your business ever not gone according to plan? That's kind of a ridiculous question. If you've been in business any amount of time, or even if you're just getting started, you know that things almost never go according to plan. I'm ambivalent about business plans. I think that we need to have a plan. We need to write things down. We need to document our goals, but we need to know that when we're creating those, they're just our best guess of what we think might happen. The world around us often has other ideas, and a lot of times those are better for us than we could have ever possibly planned. So we want to be open to those things, but also have some sort of structure that we're following. It's why we create vision and purpose and mission, and we have guiding principles and core values for our business. At least I hope that we do. And if we don't, guess what? When things go out of control and things go crazy, that's when we can either go back to those things or take a step back and say, we've been just winging it this far. Now it's time to decide, how do we really want things to be? What do we want to create? And we don't create all the details of how we're going to get there. We create where we're going, the destination, and then as things change, we're more flexible and able to flow to what we need to do to make sure that what we really want to create gets created in the world. We have the ability to, and here's some examples of things that have gone haywire and out of control in my life and in my business. Just, I learned early on, my sisters and I, when my dad would go to Europe for his corporate job or to some other part of the world, we would decide, since we were all in high school together, that we were going to have a party. So we would hand out flyers and we'd invite everybody. And my mom was there, but we kind of overwhelmed her and we ended up having these big parties. And the first couple went okay, but we had one that went absolutely out of control and haywire. Some kids got in a fight, guys got in a fight, the pool got, this diving board broke, the back door broke to the house, all kinds of crazy things. And it was a big old mess in the yard and things. And so my sisters and I spent the next day, plus a bunch of our friends came over and helped, but cleaning up after this party that went out of control. And we learned that maybe when my dad was gone, we would choose more wisely who all heard about the parties that we were going to have. So what do you do when things go out of control? You analyze what happened and then you fix it. You put things in place, systems and processes and procedures, so that that one thing won't happen again. Now, does it mean other things won't happen? Absolutely not, because we cannot possibly predict what's going to happen in the world, what's going to happen around us, what's going to happen with other people that are involved in our business with us. We can only control what we do and our reaction to it. So we can control things like, and things in my businesses that have gotten out of control, believe it or not, are growth. Sometimes we hit a growth spurt, especially in manufacturing, where we cannot keep up because we have a longer lead time in creating the equipment that creates the products and services that we're providing. And so there can be a lag time between what we have available and the demand that people have for our products. And you learn early on, how do you control that narrative and that delivery so that people's expectations are met and they're not disappointed in you and they'll continue to do business with you. I've had cultures in different businesses that I've been a part of or that I've worked with and for that have gone out of control and off the tracks in certain ways. I've had different divisions in different businesses that were absolutely out of control. I worked for an organization that the sales division, the sales department, was absolutely uncontrollable and out of control, and they were actually causing problems for the entire business and almost destroyed that entire business because they were out of control. And we had to go in and put in some systems and processes and limits and procedures that they followed so that they weren't promising things that it was impossible, literally technologically impossible, to provide the customers with. They would promise anything to get the sale, and that was destroying the business. So different divisions or parts of our business can go out of control, and we have to find ways to bring that back in with the rest of the organization. our brand and our publicity, or something that happens in our business might go out of control. Maybe we have a person that does something that's wrong or unethical or illegal or immoral, and it impacts our business in a negative way, and we have to find ways to fix that, or to make that not a blemish or a huge destroyer of our brand and our business. Performance and behavior, individual performance and behavior, including our own sometimes, can go out of control. Maybe we are super stressed out and we freak out at our people. Not a good way to lead, right? So our leadership can go out of control. So how do we bring our leadership back in line? Well, remember our vision, our values, our mission, our purpose, why we exist in the first place. And when we focus on our why, it helps us to remember and bring everything back in play. And again, sometimes when stuff gets out of control, we just need to take a step back, learn the lessons of what happened, and bring the whole system and processes back into control. Love to know your experience with this particular idiom. Teddy bears are attacking me. I don't know why. Time for a background change, because it's out of control. Sometimes things in our personal life are out of control as well. Usually things that we can only control our part of, right? Relationships, we can only control our part of the relationship, etc. So love to know your experience with, things getting out of control and how you've dealt with it. That's our idiom for today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. And control what you can control and let the other stuff go.